It's all about fishing. It's all about hunting. It's all about the great outdoors. And it's all about outdoors with Captain Roy and Cheryl.
Good morning. I'm Captain Roy and welcome to Bear Creek Lodge. I'm kind of holding down the lodge this morning by myself. Cheryl, she's out doing safaris, and I think she's going down to C&G Sporting Goods and visit with the critters down there. And I got a fishing report from Lake Seminole from guide Jody Weld. And folks, if anybody in the world knows anything about where the fish are biting on Lake Seminole, it's guide Jody Weld. And Jody says the lake is a little bit stirred up, but he said the bluegills are on the beds. He said by the full moon they will be really on the beds. And he said bass are just tearing it up. They're catching them on top water and also catching them on plastic worms, probably about any kind of a jerkbait. Bass fishing has really been good up in Lake Seminole. The little email says, a great show this morning. Those were nice brim you and John caught. And I really enjoy your show. Keep up the good work, and I hope I get to win again. Maybe you will, Calvin. But I congratulate you on those fish. That was a fine catch of fish. And the email, I've kind of pushed it back and trying to find time to read it. So I'm going to read it this morning. This comes from one of our loyal viewers down in Port St. Joe, Florida. John E. Parker. He says, Captain Roy, he said, I must tell you a fish story. He said, I went out to the line out of St. Joe Thursday. I went early, went before daylight, and somewhere between the SJ buoy and number 2 buoy, I hooked up on a huge king or a wahoo. He said he took off about 100 yards of line before I got him stopped. He said then he took a second lunge. He said when he took the second lunge, he said a hammerhead shark. He said, I estimated to be 10, 12 feet long. He took a lunge at the fish. He got the fish. They got my favorite bait. John says he thinks something ought to be done about the shark. He said they're all over the area, and they even cruise along the beaches. And he said he's afraid that some kid or some tourist will get eaten by one. And we've got 2 fishing trips I'm fixing to show. One that Cheryl went on and one that I went on, and we're going to combine them right after this break.
Hi, I'm Rick, owner of Affordable Appliance Repair. With over 40 years experience, we offer $29.95 service call fees anywhere in Bay County, plus 10% discounts to our senior citizens, military, police, and fire departments. If you're tired of high appliance repair costs, call us, Affordable Appliance Repair, 215-2550. That's 215-2550.
Hi folks, I'm BJ with BJ's Marine. This has been a family-owned and operated business for over 20 years. We pride ourselves in the sales and service of Nissan and Tohatsu outboards. At BJ's, we have factory-trained and authorized technicians for Nissan and Tohatsu. We also repair most any make or model outboard. Call or come by BJ's Marine Service at 1317 Transmitter Road. And folks, we really do appreciate your business.
My name's Captain Rick Corley. I'm a SAMS accredited Marine Surveyor, NAMS certified Marine Surveyor, and IAME certified Marine Investigator. Been surveying since 1969. Was taught by my father, who is the oldest, longest practicing Marine Surveyor in the world. We do all types of survey, commercial or pleasure. Steel, aluminum, fiberglass, wood, makes no difference. Give us a call at 850-527-5287 or visit us online. We'd appreciate your visit.
When you think of a successful hunting season, two things come to mind: Browning and C&G Sporting Goods. Browning is the best there is, and C&G Sporting Goods is your factory direct, full-line Browning dealer. C&G stocks Browning guns, camo, knives, scopes, gun safes, bows, and much more, including hunting and fishing license. Look over the new Browning BAR camo short frag and X-Bolt rifles. Why pay good money for anything less than a Browning? Browning and C&G, the best there is. Home of the experts.
I tell you what I like about Coram. I like the food, I like the price, I like the quality, I like the quantity of it. But what I like most about Coram Steak and Eggs is I like that friendly atmosphere that I always find when I dine out there. It's owned and operated by Linda and Willie Coram. They are the original, and they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and their breakfast out of this world. And my favorite is the world famous Coram Heavenly Hash. Coram Steak and Eggs, 804 South Tyndall Parkway.
How about it, Cheryl? Are you there, Cheryl?
Yeah, I'm here, Captain Roy, and I'm downtown with Ronnie Groom at C&G Sporting Goods. How you doing, Ronnie?
Fine. How you this morning?
Doing good. Appreciate you having us.
Yes, ma'am.
Like Captain Roy said, we are on safari today.
Good.
So I was kind of wanting to kind of go around and get a little background and stories of all the critters you have.
Well, we got it in here. I believe me, we got the background and the stories.
Now, if you don't have a good story, can we make one
We'll
up?
make one up. You know, we're hunters and fishermen. We're good at that.
That's right.
This is a really a good deer. I shot this deer years ago off of Highway 20. He was a big deer, and we got him mounted to put here in the store. That's a deer that came off of Frank Seifert's farm. It's an axis deer. It's an imported deer. I think it was originally from India, but now I think there's more in the United States than there is in India.
Now, it looks like it's got velvet on its horns. Is that
Yes.
year-round, or is that...
No, they're not like regular deer that we have here, like the whitetail. They come and go in velvet, and no particular time. You know, we have a rut season, a particular time. You'll see these deer. You'll see some like this in velvet, some with no horns, some with the velvet gone, just all different stages.
That is a beautiful deer.
It is really pretty.
Very pretty.
He's a big deer, too.
Ronnie, tell me about the deer up top there on the wall.
This is a setup that taxidermist Court Jordan did for us. We want to show people what happens to deer if you let them grow a little bit. This is over a 5-year period, and on the left you'll see the deer has spikes. That's his first year. And then you got the second year, third, fourth, and fifth year. You can see how much tremendous more growth you have if you let the deer go and not shoot them when there are these little spikes. Now this is all off the same deer. He was a pen deer, and he collected his horns every year when he dropped them. It just shows you what will happen if you let them go a little bit.
Neat.
Up here is the Cape Buffalo. It's Dr. Whitehorn gave that mount to us. He got him in Africa. He's just a tremendous big animal, a real fierce animal, but it's just a good attraction to have here in the store for people to come in and look and just get an idea of how actually big some of these things are.
Now, you said these two you took this year?
Yeah, these are two deer that I took this year. It's a 13-point over on the left and a good healthy doe on the right. This is a diamondback rattler, a Florida rattler. These are the heaviest poisonous snakes in the United States, and we have them in this area, although they're not a real serious problem if you just kind of watch out for it. This one, we took it out because it was close to a hunting stand we had, and it wasn't safe to be there, but there's quite a few of these around. That one's pretty good. He was a little over 6 foot tall.
Tell me the story about the gator head.
That's a gator head I took several years ago. Had a permit. I went with a gator agent. He had a permit to take a certain amount of gators out of a certain area. And we took that one. He weighed a little over 1,000 pounds, and he was 13 foot long. And took us all night long in a boat. Shot him with a bow.
You shot that with a bow?
With a bow, yeah. It was really an experience.
Wow.
That's his head up there.
That's amazing. Now, I know you're an expert flounder fisherman. I've heard good stories about you flounder fishing, and I was going to get your advice on what to use to go floundering.
Well, I'm about expert, but I probably caught my share. I like to use artificial lures mostly. A curly-tail grub. I prefer shrimp or smoked color. 1/4 ounce jig head. I do like to tip it with either a piece of cut bait or even a spray will work.
Okay.
So I prefer a chartreuse. I think the key to it is to make sure your hook's sharp. The flounder got tough mouths. You know, I've had people more than once they're getting off. I say sharpen your hook and set it, and they come back and say I'm catching flounder.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay, so a sharp hook, that's a good tip.
A sharp hook.
Okay, you know, I love to eat flounder, and I go flounder fishing, but I always have a hard time landing the flounder. Is there a trick as far as landing the flounder?
Well, that's the key. First of all, is to have a sharp hook.
Okay.
When you fish for flounder, if you feel a bite, you want to set. Now, live bait, you want to let them eat it a minute, but for artificial, I mean, as soon as they bite it, it's in their mouth.
Okay.
You know, so set the hook hard.
Okay.
Hard for trout, and yeah, and it's good to have a net if you're going to, you know, if it's a big one.
Yeah, it seems like they get right up to the boat and then they get off the hook. So I'll sharpen my hook.
In the summertime, this time of year, they can be anywhere, any kind of drop off or edge or grass flat or along docks. They can really be spread out.
Okay.
You know.
Now they typically live in the sand, right?
They see them on grass too.
Okay.
I've actually been scalloping before and seen them laying right on top of the grass.
Oh, okay.
And you think they're mostly in the sand, you know, but it's just surprised me the amount of them I've seen laying right on top of the grass.
Okay, now is there a certain depth, or they?
Anywhere, you know, with a good high tide, they can be anywhere from 3 to 6 to 8, you know, 10, 12 foot, you know.
Just gotta find them.
Yeah. Any kind of a sandy patch on the grass flat, ones ought to be laying there.
Okay.
And of course, in the wintertime, they start making that fall run. They go to spawn. Not all of them go to the Gulf. Some of them go to deeper spots in the bay and spawn.
Oh, okay.
You know, but the majority of them do go to the Gulf. That's a good time that you can catch them bunched up. You know, in the spring they start coming back in, but they should all be back in the bay good now.
Okay, I did actually catch one the other day.
Did
I
you?
caught it on a grub.
Yeah.
And the king mackerel are running, and I know
king
you guys got
mackerel
a great supply of king mackerel rigs. You got the
Yeah.
Jam Fab jig rigs, and I know these are tied individually, the hooks, where a lot of the hooks are eye to eye, and you do lose king, I've been told.
Right.
I'm not a big king fisherman myself, so these are actually tied. Each
That's a
hook
good product.
is wired separately, so you won't have the break off. And I personally like the pink pearl.
Yeah, the pink.
What do you think?
That's a good color. It is. It is. But the chartreuse is also good. You know, but the kings are starting to show up now.
Right, you guys got a great selection of topwater plugs. I noticed you got the Spook Juniors.
The top water's doing good now too. You know the trout, and they're getting ready to spawn and stuff. And the top water's doing good this time of year. It's time to go fishing.
Let's go fishing.
That's right.
Okay, good deal. Thanks.
Our folks, Dr. Camille and his staff, they're fast, they're friendly, and they're efficient.
We treat hepatitis, indigestion, gastric ulcers, diarrhea,
constipation, colon cancer, colon polyps,
hemorrhoids.
Hi, I'm Cindy. Give me a call to schedule an appointment. Hi, I'm Lynn. I check the patients in and I work with the charts.
Hey, I'm Jessica. I'm Dr. Tamil's nurse. If you have any questions, just give us a call.
Panama City Gastroenterology, located at Northport Professional Center.
Econfiner Canoe Liver is located on beautiful Econfiner Creek. And folks, it is one of the most beautiful trips you'll ever make. You can rent a canoe or a kayak, or you can bring your own. And you need to make reservations. You need to call 850-722-9032. The Gay family owns and operates the Econfiner Canoe Liver, and some of the nicest folks you'll ever meet. And there's no telling who you might see when you're canoeing down the creek.
The Fish Vector underwater lighting system with our patent-pending sound technology will get you out of the heat and bring the fish right to you. Big, bright 400 and 1,000 watt units will allow you to fish comfortably at night and really see the fish. Both the dock and portable units plug into a 110 receptacle and take just minutes to set up. Great for waterscaping, guaranteed to work on fish. Get out of the heat and into comfortable fishing with the Fish Vector.
Whether it's removing dangerous trees or planting new ones, Gulf Coast Tree Specialists can help you with all your tree care needs. Sometimes your tree problems are too big for you to handle. Even if it seems impossible to remove your tree, our licensed, bonded, and insured professionals can always find a way for a fair and reasonable price. We can also remove large and unusual items from your property. And our certified arborists can analyze root problems and evaluate structural issues. At Gulf Coast Tree Specialists, we would like to thank you for your continued support and service over the past 20 years and look forward to serving you in the future.
Jimmy's Bait and Tackle with 2 locations, 131 West Highway 22 in Weewha, Hitchcock, and Cherokee Landing on Highway 2301 at the Bear Creek Bridge. Both stores carry a complete line of freshwater tackle and bait. Cherokee Landing also has boat rentals and canoe rentals, and they also have wet boat slip rentals available. Both locations also carry a complete line of feed. Go see the friendly staff at Jimmy's Bait and Tackle in Cherokee Landing and tell them Captain Roy sent you.